all for this Eyeballers team. It normally comes back to firepower, and yeah, it's not a problem with the systems, the fundamentals of the game. They've got good teamwork and synergy. Roles are ironed out nicely, just sometimes lacking that little bit of extra oomph.
Right, let's see what the vetoes are now, because as I mentioned, these guys obviously have played against each other quite a bit. The last series, Eyeballers found success in picking on Mirage instead of Inferno. I would assume we see something the same. Obviously, Zero's Tenacity pick Anubis. Like, it's actually kind of criminal how much they've played this year on this map. I'm pretty sure they've exceeded 100 now this year. And, like, they also just are really quite good on it. It's their 104th map on Anubis, and they're boasting a 70% win rate. What? How does that even happen?
Even crazier lately, because the past 3 months it's 59 times and an 81% win rate. So
and they're losing
I don't know, man.
games.
These guys. Yeah, well, I mean, there's quite a lot of source to go off of to prepare for your Z10.
But they're winning Anubis. They're losing the series, but winning Anubis every time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I kind of meant. That's my bad for But this is actually I think the exact same veto as last time. Was Dust 2? Yeah, so this is the exact same veto as last time. As I mentioned, Eyeballers kind of going with a bit of a twist, picking into Inferno, not having Mirage. Oh wait, no, they picked into Mirage. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry. That's actually really interesting. They picked into Mirage because, well, look, like, oh, I've lost. No, yes, they picked into Inferno, which they've picked into and lost. Mirage was where they succeeded. It's interesting they haven't gone there.
Yes, they haven't gone there indeed, and now it's also because of recent form. Maybe they feel a little bit better out here going on Inferno, but they have a worse statistic out here on Inferno. But again, you're going up against the Kings of Anubis, so it's never going to be easy in a best-of-3 scenario fully either way.
Well, lads, the game is live. I hope you, and I wish you the best. Anubis, I feel like I've watched Zero Tenacity more on Anubis than I've seen my family this year. They seem to be pretty good on it. They'll be looking to close this one out, get some revenge on Eyeballers. I think we're looking at potentially a 2-0. Boys, any predictions as I think we're getting live?
Thank you so much, Freddie, for taking us in, and I would have to agree, but just because we shouldn't have all the same things, I'll say 2-1 here for Zero Tenacity as we jump into the B-bomb site for Anubis. Hayes, what's kind of your quick-off prediction?
Well, I'll just go Ballers 2-1 then, won't I? Just for being fun and taking something different. So, yeah. And I get to back JW, one of my favorite players. Like, I'm just winning in every department right now. Zero Tenacity, going to be looking to see if they can win here in the pistol round. Have already been able to get the bomb down, and they're making moves here in this post plant as well. They're not sitting by idly. They've been able to clear out deep in towards Temple, and now the retake will get some traction, but Zero Tenacity know exactly what's coming their way, and AVN, he just mows down 3.
Flawless. Headshot only. The pistol works out great. No one even lost their lives out here for Zero Tenacity. And they just walk into the bomb site, plant away that bomb, and immediately take care of everybody wanting to join up onto the site. So, Zero Tenacity take away the pistol. T side on Anubis. They're allowed to start off onto the T side, by the way. Eyeballers immediately pick into their CT side. And you have to remember, this is a lot of pressure as well, because this is the playoff games. You lose, you're out. But also, whoever wins in this best of 3 has to go up against Gamer Legion up next, right? Who is not going to be an easy opponent. So, there's a lot on the line here, and I'm sure that the Swedes can definitely deal with the pressure, and Zero Tenacity can as well. But it's just an added factor that they have to think about.
Atra, I think there's a bit of a problem with your mic at the moment. It sounds like there's some like buzzing or noise coming through. It's quite loud when you're speaking, so I don't know, maybe just a quick unplug, replug or something like that might be a solution. It's just like it's not working. It's only when your mic's actually open then it comes through. I don't know if it's also going through vMix. Maybe it's only in Discord. It's fine on the stream. I don't know. Either way,
it's better now.
No. I'll have to just you talk a bit more.
Okay. Well. Let's thank you. Let's hope that it's fixed right now. It has done that before, and I don't know why. But
it's still there, I'm afraid. I don't know. Damn. Maybe it could be like a power issue to your computer. Like maybe, not joking, like restarting might not be a bad idea.
We'll try it. Let's see.
I don't know.
Take it away here, Hayes, until I
give
figure
it a go.
this out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no problem. I can lock this one down. You do what you need to do, mate. It would be good to get confirmation if it is something that's actually going out to stream as well. Okay, yeah, I see someone in chat talking about it, so I think it is going to stream. So it means we will we will be resolving it, guys. Apologies about that. All right, well, gonna lock it down. Gunman for now is going to be the first gun round upon us. Zero Tenacity been able to open up first here on their map pick. It is their crown jewel, their home ground here. Played this map 59 past 3 months. That is 90 days. They've played this map 59 times within those 90 days. In officials, that is ridiculous. Averaging every 3 days, they're playing it twice, basically. Okay, well, Eyeballers looking to get going. They've got numbers in towards mid. It's Point and JW, a veteran and a rookie, working in conjunction with... What an opportunity for Poi. Just 17 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to fact check myself there. Go off spouting nonsense. Yeah, 17 years old. On a team now with JW, who is 29 years old. So it wouldn't have been long after Poi was born. JW was already playing in his first competitive team. Now both donning the Eyeballers jersey. Of course, Eyeballers, a historic organization in Counter-Strike. Went inactive for a long time, brought back into fruition by JW and Flusher, revived the organ. Now Poi, a 17-year-old, is playing for Eyeballers again, which I think is actually just a really cool storyline in itself, that you've got a 17-year-old up-and-coming star playing for Eyeballers. That is, I like that a lot, either way. Round looks good here for the CT side as well to open things up. 35 seconds on the clock. Zero Tenacity don't really have any options available besides just making their way through cameras onto A. Could they try to go for a B splitcher maybe? I mean, there is going to be Yofor to try and come through E-box, but he's been denied, and that will now funnel them through into A. It's just Heap who's here right now, and he's on a swivel. He's trying to deal with both cameras and A main, but he hears the footsteps of Nemanja. Trade comes through, but Poi's arrived. That drops the bomb carrier, and with that goes the round.
Counter-terrorists win.
And here it's slightly, it's less, it's softer. So I don't know what you did to reduce the volume. But yeah, is it something that you struggled with a bit in the past? Okay, well, I don't think they can hear you on vMix right now, so it sounds like I'm probably just having a conversation with myself, which is always fun. Promise, guys, there's many voices in my head, so it makes sense. It makes sense to me, the conversations I'm having, but probably sounds quite funny from the outside. Either way, back into the game we go.
Okay. Hopefully I'm not muted anymore. I'm back.
Okay.
It's fine. There we go. I'm through to the VMix as well. Sorry guys for that little intermission. Thank you, Hayes. And I do apologize, the static still buzzes through. Hopefully it won't be too big of an issue, and we'll get to fix it a little bit later. With that being said, I did hear the monologue you were having about JW playing even before some of these guys were actually born, which is insane to think about. But now as we jump into round number 4
He's got
here.
a job to do here. And let's see if he can try and find anything before the bomb plant comes through. It's not going to happen. It's going to have to be a retake out of Eyeballers. All 10 players left alive on the server once the bomb plant comes through. But Pepsol finds the kill. His frags breaking out left, right, and center. Nothing passive about this post plant right now. It's going to come down to AVN against Pepsol. Pretty even health right now. That is not AVN with his hands off his mouse and keyboard. I promise that is golden on AVN's on the HUD either way. Pepsor is looking to try and find this fight right now. AVN in the corner will be able to come out on top of that kill. Imagine it was AVN and he was just playing without his hands on his keyboard and mouse and was just 1-1v1. That would be insane. Just playing with his brain.
Yeah.
Neuralink chip to the computer.
Just that confident. Doesn't even need his hands on the mouse to shoot. Just too good. Sometimes you win games but without even clicking heads. You just think about it. 3 to 1 though.
He used to win his games because he couldn't click on the head, so. I'd say the same for BTN if I wanted to make a reference. It would be closer to heart to you, for you.
Yep. 100%. Look, man, BTN is just winning because of his experience. That's how he wins. Doesn't even need to be on the server. Just being there helps out his entire team. Either way, we don't have BTN on the server right now. Who we do have as IGLs is right now Nemanja and Golden. And there's not that stark of a difference right now in their individuals, but there is a bit of a stark difference when it comes down to the scoreline. Seeing as Zero Tenacity are 2 rounds above, and they should be getting this 4th one as well. But JW still wants to prove to us that they can win this eco round as well, even through to the pistols. They're moving on in, and this is going to be either a massacre or something that Zero Tenacity were not expecting, but it's looking like a massacre from SimK.
Yeah, he has been. I mean, I remember getting to cast him against, I think it was Aurora Youngblood. Might have been like 10 days ago or something like that. And Zero Tenacity was a series, but SimK was the one standout, I think, especially. I'm trying to remember, I think he popped off on one of the maps. I can't remember. I'm going back and looking at the numbers now, and they actually don't look great. So, might have been a different game I was remembering from Zero Tenacity. But I remember that SimK did look very good in that matchup I saw out of him. Against 9 Pandas. I cast that game as well. Yes, it was one against 9 Pandas. Here we go. Yeah. 58 for 44, 1.22 rating. Top frag on all 3 maps for Zero Tenacity. So even though they have had some slightly rough form lately, I think that SimK has remained pretty stable.
He's not the only stable one, right? Usually Brute Monster can be called one of the most stable pieces of the puzzle here for Zero Tenacity. AVN definitely has his days, but it's very up and down alongside Diofo, usually, who was regarded as a star rifler for a while here for Zero Tenacity. In recent form, that's not the case anymore, as you do have everybody else kind of coming up to the fight as well. Nemanja is doing an amazing job as a rifle IGL, using his limited resources to his advantage and still managing to pull through with the scoreboard like every single time you see him the past couple of weeks, even in the past couple of months. So I've been referencing Nemanja quite a lot, I feel like, in the past 2 weeks, just because I think I was casting a lot of Zero Tenacity at some point, and I just saw how proficient he was in being able to like lead the pack while always being the front man runner when it came to these kills. He just found JW there, then and there, right? And he just backs away and he tries to think up of the next way of approaching this, right? So,
I mean, that is a bit of an IGL's dream, right? Like, think about it. The IGL has a plan in his mind. He wants to find a pick somewhere to force a certain rotation, and instead of trying to relay exactly what he wants to a player to try and get it done, he just does it himself. So, cut out the middleman.
And it just goes that much smoother for Zero Tenacity because of that. Right now, 4 to 1. It's a full gun round for eyeballers, but you can't really tell because they're just running it down right now and they're finding these openers. He manages to trade on one out, onto SimK especially. But he's down to half HP. Boy opens up middle here. How many can he find? 1 is all he'll get. And Ace Sight right now is being held down by a young Swede with only 47 HP. Has to back away. 25 seconds. They will be trying to retake. They don't have a defuse kit. Only a flash here on Golden. That's it. From camera room though. Here comes the push. Brute Monster surely dead. Looking in for the second. Heap gets flanked around into heaven. They know where the last one is as well. Golden. Right out here on blue box. Up into the site. And AVN is going to find him. 11 to 1 AVN. And doesn't this remind us of someone that we got to see in the last best of 3?
Yeah, he's just not missing a beat. I mean, he's not doing it with the AWP like we saw out of Oscar, but he certainly is finding as much impact. My goodness. That is a great round coming through from him. You know, normally he's the role player in the team, the support guy, but stands up to the mantle when it's required.
Oh, yeah.
Goes big there. Triple kill there, wins the round for his team. I mean, Zero Tenacity had the numbers, so it actually just works out fine for them to trade their way forward through the rest of the round. And Now they get to play up against the pistols, so they should be able to extend their lead.
Here they go. Heap attempting to find himself off to an early frag on water. JW's taking a little bit of damage behind him, but that doesn't matter. Apparently the audio cue wasn't enough for Yofo to be able to check under him. And now Simk forced to push. Heap finds and connects on a great shot on that Deagle. Looking for the second. Can Brute Monster connect, or is he going to fall down by the wayside? Is Nemanja. Raids one out. 2 AKs retrieved out here for Pebzor and JW, so this eco round is already turning deadly. They're moving B straight into the call that Golden has made here. Oh, now they're backing away. Oh no, here, Matt. They had the read, they had the sight, and they ran away from it.
They can guess themselves, and that means Zero Tenacity will be able to just take control for free here, no contest at all. And even though there have been a couple of kills in the round here from the CT side, it's not going to, well, it shouldn't affect the outcome of the round any longer. That window is now shut.
Oof, and
they will certainly go for this though. It's an eco for them. They don't have a kit. They've got no utility. Nemanja perfectly placed up. Full flash for them as well. Force the CTs back initially, and then he can just rack up the kills as they push forward.
And this is why we get to see this team work out so great. The communications are just on point. The timings that they push in together. That peak as well with the flash, just perfect. Nemanja plays it down to the corner. He manages to find 2. Pebzor saves away the AK, which is great for an eco round. The other 2 that died didn't have armor. So it makes sense they kind of went in for the hunt to try to find as much damage as possible. But overall, Zero Tenacity, this is a start for sure on Anubis on their own map pick, 6-1. And if they win out this round too, JW and Co are gonna be slumped for cash a little bit.
In this round here, man, Eyeballers need to just try and change the tone. Right now being blown out of the water by a team who are incredibly well versed on the map. You can't let them just play their game like this. You can't let them go through the motions, because they will just grind you down in the rounds. That's why you have to make these sorts of plays that they're looking to do right now. Couple players through B main, but Brute Monster's posted for this. So even though I appreciate the sentiments of trying to make a play, both players will go down. You see, look how well versed they are. Because AVN knows that there's probably a 2-player setup to that that aggression coming through. One player swings and then the AWPer posts up to try and trade out the guy who might go down. But the AWPer's posted deep. AVN is advantage Zero Tenacity.
And I love the way Nemanja is calling these out, right? Because he realizes the position that Eyeballers are set in, they most likely will be having themselves a full buy with an AWP invested into this round. So they either try to take Zero Tenacity by surprise by gaining up space and trying to peek on in, which is exactly what they've done, especially with that double man setup in towards main. Or they either just post up and wait, in which case Zero Tenacity will do exactly what they're doing right now, which is a full-on exec, just go in fast, try to find those openers, try to have the advantage. Like, he's calling up against Eyeballers really, really well, and the true test out here for Eyeballers is going to see how fast Golden can adapt to his calls and try to change up the pace here, try to make something feel stable for the Swedes.
They're really going to struggle. Zero Tenacity have got so much depth here on Anubis. You could just see that was a default from them. Just post it up on angles, waiting, punish the aggression, just use their numbers to win the round out. They've got such a good blueprint here on this map, man. They're definitely the team that most people will be watching in terms of how they're playing this map. And that's actually what makes us even crazier, is that even though there is so much source material for teams to watch when they play up against Zero Tenacity, to study, to try and counter-strat, they still just keep winning the map. Like, no one can find a way to counter-strat them right now, because it's not like they're doing things that are easy to just counter. They've got so much depth, their defaults are very strong, but they've got good change-ups and remain unpredictable, constantly staying one step ahead by changing aspects of their game, so that, you know, they change the timing slightly, or They throw the same set of util that they always throw for an exec B, but all of a sudden they go A. So teams have been studying, they see that set of util and they're thinking, cool, we know that this means they're going to end B, but Zero Tenacity have changed it. So it's actually just really impressive to see how much longevity they've had at this level, right, on the map.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're the kings of Anubis for sure out here. Zero Tenacity, they're doing amazing. Keve finally getting his voice heard as well. We saw Golden being pretty attentive, being pretty quiet out here into the sack pause. We did have the webcam on him. And now I just wonder how our eyeballer is going to be approaching this. They're going in for their usual default, it looks like. Sending on over, this time 3 people down onto the B-bomb site. They always have Golden playing down towards Dark though, so this does make sense. It's the exact same round we got to see before. This time though, eyeballers will not be pushing in towards main. They'll be letting Zero Tenacity take up that space, trying to peek on in. Let's see JW, can he find something to... Oh, through the Molotov, yes he can. Pulls down to 39. SimK trades out immediately, but so does Pepzor. And they have the man advantage. This was the right approach. JW went in through a smoke, went for something aggressive, and it paid off. Now, you need to keep it up. Zero Tenacity, they're taking up space in towards middle. Look on down, Nemanja. As you were mentioning, Hayes, they're taking out the middleman. Nemanja is doing this by himself. He wants to open up this vision for the round, and he's going to keep it going to the B-bomb site.
That's looking so good here for Zero Tenacity. Eyeballers have gambled in a big way here, even though they've got that man advantage. And Pepzor, he's still going to stay A because he's worried about cameras. And it means that B-bomb side is still vulnerable right now. Zero Tenacity are missing their window of opportunity though. Just Golden who's there. And look at what he's concerned about. He's concerned about the wraparound through mid as well. So he's got E-box and then Temp and ultimately maybe even the wraparound through spawn. But Zero Tenacity have taken so long that Heap's push through A main is actually going to net the kill. And finally that will prompt Z10 to start to make a move. Golden in the corner of the bomb site will net both those frags. And even though the setup looked pretty rough for eyeballers, they'll actually still 4 players alive. They make it look easy.
Golden was never checked in that position. Zero Tenacity thought there was so much time passing by, they wouldn't have the anchor just posted on up into pillars. Now they have a double op setup for Golden and JW, which is definitely going to be a lot of fun out here onto Anubis. But I thought that round would have gone much more different because I thought Nemanja was still playing down on middle, right? So I thought he would have gone back around towards main and then try to wrap around, try to all 3 peek out of main. On B, but instead he did drop down in towards water. He did get taken down, and now Brute Monster will be taken down by Golden himself. Golden on the double makes this round count for him, and now eyeballers are wanting to get back into the game because of that. Golden, double kill in the last round, double kill in this one, could be enough to actually constitute for the round win, and JW is just helping him out. These scopes are deadly, I tell you what, Matt. But Zero Tenacity, they're not dead in the water just yet. If Yofo falls out here into water though, the round is over. However, he doesn't. So now, having to hold on to 2 AWPs and an AK versus these 2 AKs trying to push in through mid. Not going to be the easiest of approaches. But that bomb, it's left down to T-spawn. Yofo desperately needs to go grab it. As AVN, if he finds that frag onto Heap, the round could be over. They could be going into A, and this retake would be really tough out here for JW and Golden. But it's going to be a B hit. Let's see it. In play. AVN running away at the right timing as soon as Heap starts to move up. They dropped on down. Heap has heard it. Relayed it to his teammates. JW is watching, so is Golden. There's the timing, there's the incendiary. Smoke is not going to be deployed. They're waiting down the clock, 20 seconds right now. Heap wants to drop on down as well. He's being checked on over though. And it all depends on the timing. When will they push? When will they peek? And that's exactly when JW will also be going in for it. Heap on the right reinforcement time. Manages to find the window of opportunity to find a headshot as well. And this is Eyeballers picking up their 3rd round here on the board.
Looking good. Looking good. I mean, Golden there with the orb able to open up the round, and the Zero Tenacity, it feels like they're kind of just stalling out in the mid-round at the moment. You know, normally we see a little bit more activity. And Eyeballers, well, they are making moves of their own. They're getting info, and it means they're well prepared when that hit eventually does come through. They just need to survive this first half, to eyeballers. I'm thinking like 4 at the bare minimum here, and they'll have a chance going into their 5 is probably a 50-50 game at that point. Eyeballers were struggling heavily at one point, but they've got things back on track since then.
It was 7-1. Now it's only 7-3. Only 2 rounds. Not too much, but it's good. It's very good 2 rounds coming through from Golden, especially. JW being able to clean up as well with that AWP definitely helps a lot. But so far, so good out of that B side defense coming through from eyeballers. I just wonder if Zero Tenacity are going to be pulling the brakes and trying to head on over to A. Because you've still got this 3-man setup that's been denying you entry twice now. Zero Tenacity, all 5 on Glocks. We're not expecting a lot of this round. At best, the bomb being planted. However, this is going to be an absolute massacre for sure. And there it is. As quick as the round started, it's going to be as quick to end it. And we go into the last round of the half here, Hayes, with a 7-4. And as you were mentioning, 7-5 could be a 50-50 going into the next half.
I feel like Zero Tenacity will probably feel like they've left a few rounds on the table at the end of the first half of this end. 7-5. Got to make it 8-4 just to have a little bit of a sweetener going into their CT side. See if they can make it happen. Eyeballers, they've got some momentum behind them now. They've all pitched up. We've got a game in our hands here in this playoff matchup. Wow, more aggression. They're just looking to smother Zero Tenacity right now. Golden's pushed straight through the canals, and while he will get an opening, he's been traded out. There's going to be some follow-up aggression, but it's all been shut down. Very good composure there from Zero Tenacity, just keeping their structure despite the aggression and the chaos.
I like the idea, but at the end of the day, it was Simk to just come along and find that double afterwards. Because eyeballers had almost complete control over in waters, right? They had the idea to push, and they just went in for a little bit too much. Simk pushes in, he finds the first, flash over the top, then he finds the second as well. Really well played over here from Simk. And now this basically opens up the round, because Pepzor gets found out, and JW is left in a 1v4 scenario. And he's not got a lot of chances, let me tell you what, but he's still gonna have to go in for it. AWP in hand, defuse kit, Molotov, and a flash coming through. So let's see him. Does he try to deny through the wall? No, he doesn't. Keeps his position as a secret for now. As he jumps in over to the site, he's got to take his time. He needs to clear out everything. Yofo makes noises down towards pillar, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, AVN shuts this round down, 8-4. Still not the worst case scenario for eyeballers, as they managed to put up a couple of rounds on the board there onto that CT side. But Zero Tenacity definitely coming into this CT side as favorites still.
Yeah, it certainly does give them an edge coming into their CT side, and if they can win the pistol round, then eyeballers are back in that precarious position, backs against the wall. They'll be feeling a lot of pressure at that point. It is Zero Tenacity's map pick, though. We know this is their home ground. After this, we go to Inferno, the pick of eyeball for Zero Tenacity, and then it will be Dust 2 as a decider if we require a third.
And again here, Matt, it is Poi not being the star rifler they needed him to be. At the very least here in the early stages of Anubis still. It's going to be the second half. But if we needed to see Poi come alive, we need to see him right here and now. So, the 17-year-old, there's expectations on his shoulders right now. And he needs to match them for eyeballers to be able to have the firepower needed to go through with these rounds. And this call being made by Golden, but Yofo's not allowing anything to happen. Yofo, there you go. Quad kill on the dualies, and he was a little bit mad he didn't find the ace. Pepzor denies him that sweet, sweet fifth. But it's still round over immediately because of Yofo.
Well, as you say, a one-man party. Pepzor's hoping he can replicate that and extend it by a kill and go for the ace, but I don't fancy his chances here, mate. Don't know about you. Nothing being offered up by Zero Tenacity either. Pepzor's drop-off is going to be heard as he looks to try and recover the bomb. No contest on the bomb itself right now, but he's been locked in by Nemanja on bridge, and Nemanja is actually going to close the gap here as well. Pepsol's heard this, and he will find that first kill. Okay, Nemanja gives up a 1 versus 1 there. Still a little bit of time here for Pepsol to try and play this one out. Crossfire setup on the safe bomb site's a good one though, because as soon as the side player takes contact, Monster will swing.
Or just hold. I mean, right now, 30 seconds. Pepzor is stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and Brute Monster indeed is going to swing at the end and find himself off to the pistol round win as well. But off the back of Yofo, again, right, he does so much into that one round, it could even constitute a game win because they win the pistol. It's 9-4 right now. It's going to turn 10-4. Bomb wasn't planted. There is no force buy. And then you're already into double digits. You only need 3 more after that. We know closing out games has been a tough topic, at least for the first best of 3 of the day here. But we are seeing new and different teams. We are seeing Zero Tenacity on their home turf, after all, in Anubis. So, as they knew how to open up the game, surely they'll know how to close it off too, right?
Oh, for sure. They've been in every position imaginable on this map so far. Yeah. Zero Tenacity, they've got like the Kama Sutra of they've got the playbook. They've got the Kama Sutra as their playbook on Anubis. They've just got so much depth, man. Oh, they've got every variation you could imagine because they've just been there, done it 100 times, literally, this year.
If I went on YouTube and I searched for like an Anubis tutorial 1-on-1 on how to play this map, if it was made by anybody else besides Zero Tenacity, they have to be tier 1. Otherwise, I wouldn't believe it. Honestly, if I saw a tutorial made by Zero Tenacity on Anubis, I think that would be the Kama Sutra of Anubis, literally. I'm stealing your feet, but it makes so much sense. But yeah, MP9. Happy to find off 3 kills. And that is going to be the full-on flawless round, of course, up against the pistols for Z10. They move on in to this next round, where it is going to be the first full buy out here for the Swedes onto their T side. Can they manage to find a round here, Hayes, or is it just going to be over and over again for Zero Tenacity out here in the desert?
Well, I mean, it's understandable that there wasn't much of a contest here in this round for the T side. This next round is where they're going to have to make a mark. They have to in this round. I don't know if they'll be able to, but what I do know is that they need to. That just goes without saying. Look at the money, it's going to charge his way straight through the brick, and it's just a helpful you on the other side. He eats that flashbang. That's classic Nemanja. First gun round as well. He knows it's basically a bonus round for his team because they're going to buy up in that next round.
Just have fun with it.
That will certainly give Jay something to chew on.
It's become instinct at this point to literally read into the perfect call out here for Nemanja on Anubis. He goes in, he plays aggressive, he knows, as you were mentioning, it's a bonus buy technically, and he just flashes his way through, manages to find the first. He's gonna go in for more, he's going in for seconds, because why not? Right, you've got complete control over middle right now. You're at least gonna be going in for the info. Heap is gonna fall down by the wayside on long as well here for 8. It's all crumbling at the seams, it's all falling apart here, and Eyeballers, Brute Monster even thought that was going to be the boost from Golden. But it doesn't matter. Look at him go. He's unstoppable. Pepzor finally makes the IGL bleed. He drops away his pistol, trying to make people think that he dropped down with that bomb. But he wants to make his way over to A, and that smoke is not going to be helping his case. Boy, Deadman walking right.
Just clearing out the angle right now, but unfortunately he just can't connect with the shot. Avian was the bait part of the setup. There's still another player, and Pepsol's going to find that out the hard way. Oh, the bonus round for Zero Tenacity will be enough for them to get across the line. And I mean, that's not the final nail in the coffin. I mean, it might as well be, right? We've had some crazy comebacks happen today, but I don't think we're going to see another one on this map.
Yeah, not on this map, and not from the current form of Eyeballers. I mean, yes, some individuals were looking good at certain points, but just as a whole unit right now, Eyeballers are kind of all over the place, at least here for the very beginning. Again, it was that thing as well of they started off onto that CT side. Maybe they just tried to have something a little bit more chill to, you know, get that opening, get themselves into the game, have that warm-up. But here into the second half, you've lost too many rounds previously to be able to really make a climb out of this. It's a force buy round, and you are getting absolutely demolished one by one. They go in, and they meet their death, their final resting place out here. Pepzor, JW, and Golden need to have a colossal 3v5 to be able to even have discussion of an attempted comeback by Eyeballers.
Yeah, I mean, they've gone all in, yeah. And look at that from Nemanja. Oh my goodness, on the wall bang, he just taps through the door. He's on the other side, and, well, he chips him down before he swings, just tenderizes his opponent, makes his job a little bit easier. Jay just stood a chance there. And, well, Nemanja will basically put the finishing touches on the round here as well. Force slide, massively unsuccessful. We just haven't seen Eyeballers pitch up at all here so far, right? How many kills have they actually gotten on their T side? I need to go back and check the numbers. 2 in the pistol. 1 in the previous, was it? And then none in this round.
Yep.
They've got 3 kills in the second half.
Yep. That's pretty much it. 2 Mac 10s, JW still on the Deagle, utility bought up, wanting to get the bomb planted on down. Try to play for that pulse plant at the very least. If they're fast into the side, maybe it's gonna work. However, right now, vying up for water control, it is gonna be Poi trying his luck out there, but he's still gonna go down. AVN running out of bullets, still bringing out the USP and connects the shot onto Golden. And that's it. It's done here, Hayes. It's Brew Monster finding the second to last one, and JW has to do it all by himself. It's a nice 2K coming in from the Hypnotic Deagle. However, he still needs to do even more, and he's going to get peeked on by the timing. Nemanja ends it off 17-11 as the IGL sends his team into winning ways, still on their own map pick. 13-4 here, Hayes, to end off the first map.
Yeah, that's quite something. I mean, it looked like at one point in the first half, it was, you know, Zero Tenacity had started strong, then there was a good little fight back from Eyeballers where they won a passage of rounds, but just never pitched up at all in the second half. They get completely steamrolled on their T side, and it means that Eyeballers are going to have to fight back on their map pick of Inferno to try and level up the series. Zero Tenacity in pursuit of a 2. However, we're in pursuit of Freddy, because we want to hear what he has to say. Give us some nuggets, Freddy.
Nuggets? God, man, I could do with some chicken nuggets right now. But to be fair, everyone's in pursuit of me, Hayes. I don't blame you. You're not alone in that one. It's just a daily occurrence for me over here. In my dreams. I wish. Please. I am very lonely. Come speak to me. But Zero Tenacity. Honestly, I mean, like, what's actually quite interesting about this one is that I don't think going on to Anubis here, the expectation was for that. Sure, it's their 60th time played it in the last 3 months. It's their 104th played this year. Insane. So you do, from a very outside perspective, think, yes, Zero Tenacity should trounce Eyeballers on this map. However, as I was mentioning, the head-to-heads, this is the 8th time that these two teams have played each other in the last 4 months, which is a lot. A good clear depiction of how both teams do grind a copious amount of this game, and Anubis actually has been somewhat of a 50-50 affair, which is quite surprising. I think if you told me going into this map that, like, oh, you know, Eyeballers, yeah, by the way, they've actually been like contending Zero Tenacity on Anubis. However, today, an absolute non-starter. Like, I think Hayes said it was like 3 kills going into the final round of the second half. JW gets 3 more. So he literally doubles his team's kills in 1 round for a whole half. And what I think was really interesting for Eyeballers is that it did start really slow, but there was real glimpse and some glamour of success with how they were utilizing their aggression and how they were retaking space on their CT side. But they lose the final round of the half, they lose the pistol round, and I think that was pretty much the beginning of the end. Zero Tenacity themselves were doing fantastic at their aggression. They were playing their own game. That's kind of how you play Anubis, right? Like you're constantly. It's like Inferno. I actually compare it a lot with how you have to constantly be taking space. You have to be constantly taking information, and I think Zero Tenacity do that very well. It does obviously help when your individuals are just really in form, and eyeballers, like as we kind of mentioned, just simply not getting frags, and we start to alarm ourselves a little bit going on to Inferno, because even though Mirage was picked last time that eyeballers played Zero Tenacity and it was won, we're not going on to Mirage. Eyeballers have actively picked into Inferno, which the previous time, so the second last time they played against each other, Inferno was picked and they lost in quite a brutal way. It was 13-9. It was actually a very similar series, 13-3 on Anubis and then 13-9 on Inferno. Like that, I would honestly kind of anticipate to potentially be what our result is today. And like that was such a dominant map, and no matter how else you slide it, like we're going into this second map now with so much conviction for Zero Tenacity, and well, my god, they seriously do have their tenacity, and I think if you are good on Anubis as well, like, I genuinely think a lot of it crosses over to Inferno. Like I think there's a lot of parallels specifically on those two maps that link up and draw them together. And that is why I think Zero Tenacity are firstly just so good on that map as well. And when we go into this head-to-head, sure, Zero Tenacity have been struggling on Inferno, and it has been picked up against them quite a lot in the last few days, and they are on a 4-map losing streak. Zero Tenacity in general are not doing too well right now. They've been losing to teams that they shouldn't lose to. They've been losing to eyeballers. But again, kind of to put in there, Inferno was not even in that veto when eyeballers beat Zero Tenacity on ESL Challenger. And with Anubis going that one-sided, again, don't think it was expected. Don't think that was the anticipation, considering it was a 13-10 like last week to Zero Tenacity. So sure, they've won it both times, but this time it was just sensationally one-sided. And I think that's gonna carry on going on to Inferno. So with that in mind, map 2 will be right around the corner, and boys, my prediction's looking good.
Are you sick of just opening cases? Join the events. At each event you can find special cases from which tokens fall. Tokens are your ticket into a world of unique awards. For tokens, you can buy a skin, premium, or special balance. Try your luck in the skin generator. Also, you can leave your tokens at the token vault, and the more tokens you keep, the better skin you'll get. Add variety to opening cases with Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
Are you sick of just opening cases? Join the events. At each event, you can find special cases from which tokens fall. Tokens are your ticket into a world of unique awards. For tokens, you can buy a skin, premium, or special balance. Try your luck in the skin generator. Also, you can leave your tokens at the token vault. And the more tokens you keep, the better skin you'll get. Add variety to opening cases with Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skin Place. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin Place.
When you play Anubis 104 times in 1 year, in 6-8 months, that's kind of the performance you'd anticipate. God, boys, you're looking fried today. Haze is non-existent. Atro, you can't be loving either.
I'm gonna get refreshed quickly.
Bro, you guys look fried. Yeah, let's get those ugly faces off the screen. Bro, that was an insane map from Zero Tenacity. 13-4. They just, from start to finish. Do we think it's gonna be the same on Inferno?
The same way as in just as dominant, or will they win the map? Because just as dominant, I don't think so, but I think they will win the map, yes.
Okay, so we're expecting a little bit of a closer affair, as one might add.
A bit more of back and forth, yeah.
Okay. Haze, do you think it's going to be back and forth? Do you think your prediction of 2-1 eyeballers is still going to hold up?
You gotta stick to your guns. Listen, was part of the plan for eyeballers to lose Anubis. That it's 2-1, lose Anubis, win on Inferno. So everything's actually going according to me. I don't know why you're asking if my prediction's still alive. Not only if it's thriving, okay? Everything is what I envisioned. Now, it's Inferno up next, and this is the map where I'm going to pitch up. We saw a glimpse that ended the first half on Ancient Anubis rather. They're going to show that form throughout the whole of Inferno. They beat Passion you a 13-3 on Inferno the other day, so they're feeling very on the map, and they'll bring that top form. I'm backing them. Let's go.
Okay, so kind of from Anubis, what do you think needs to change? Obviously, like, there's the just shoot back method, but as we're getting into the game, I'm going to leave this one with you, Haze, or Atro, whichever one. What do you think eyeballers need to do differently if we do want to see them succeed?
Like you said, shoot back because it's a stop because they just weren't bro. So that is certainly a problem. Either way, I can see I'm lagging here, Atro. So I fear I might need a stop, my good friend. You're going to have to look after the people, and I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, you boys are going to be stuck with me for a little bit until Hayes is going to be right on back. But yes, shooting back is definitely a great idea. Not only that, however, I also think having Golden be a little bit more adaptive to what Zero Tenacity are trying to bring into the table here definitely would have been a good start there on Anubis. They were kind of just going in our defaults, and they didn't have a lot of times to show up what they were made of, especially onto that CT side, because that's the side we actually got to see more than 5 rounds on. But now, Z10. Holding down to their CT side, Simk is ready to move. You can see him shaking with excitement, brimming with it. He is on the dualies. And how many can he find with those double guns? He is going to have Simk. Simk is going to have his teammate down from CT as well, trying to hold up. And that's going to be 1, 2. Looking at him for the third. Doesn't get it. AVN is right there behind him, helping him out. And Nemanja comes in smoke, finds the bomb planter, shuts him down. And Pebzor just wants to get this bomb down. That's all he wants right now. And that's exactly what he's going to get. Extra money in the bank out here for his teammates. And I'd say Pebzor's happy with that one, but he's still gonna find these headshots and wait, because it's not over. Pebzor is bringing it back from Doom right now as Yofo's left in a 1v1. Pebzor's position's kind of known right now. It's between 2 sites right now, 2 points of the map, and Yofo is gonna find the headshot. Really well played from either side here. Yofo manages to clutch up, and Pebzor almost pulled it through, but he found the 3K and the bomb plant, so all is fine. That ends well out here. T-side now, Eyeballers, they'll be having themselves on the force buy because of that bomb plant. And Zero Tenacity will be bringing in their usual MP9s to try to deny these pushes. But that was a very nice take out here from Eyeballers, right? They just go all 5 in through Banana, they have the utility ready. And even though it was Simk out there with the dualies, managing to find that double on the entry, they traded back as quickly as possible. They get into the site, and Pebzor plays like he should. So, now we go on in to the hero AK on Pebzor and everybody else on utility and upgraded pistols. And he attempted that 1v. Didn't connect, sadly. However, he does have more chances. So, into this round we go. And Zero Tenacity. You can see how they're already starting to communicate. Smoke scene on long. You have the rotate immediately coming through from AVN. And oh, JW, that is nasty. Connecting up to Simk, leaving Nemanja the only defender of the B side for now. Another rotate going to be coming in through for AVN. He's moving around the map right now, trying to cosplay as the Flash. He's moving on, and that is going to be Nemanja spotted out as well. Nemanja thinks he hasn't been seen just now, and because of that, he is going to fall. The Deagles know their marks when they've hit them. And right now, Flash is going to be here as well. AVN, you need to find at least 3 here to make this round count, because otherwise, this force buy might just be running away from you. And Eyeballers are running away with it indeed. Golden just holding in for the rotate, and the rotates are only going to be coming in from CT. So Zero Tenacity, really tough out here on this one. 2v4, no defuse kit, no smoke either, only an incendiary and a flash onto Yofo. And they're backing away. They have to save on this one. Big force buy round coming through from Eyeballers, and because of it now, it is going to be just Zero Tenacity falling in quite a tough situation in which they win out the pistol, but they lose out the next round. So their economics are not going to be looking the greatest, are they, Hayes?
Unfortunately not. Unless you're looking at it from an Eyeballer's perspective, then they're going to be very happy with what they've been able to do. Now, it seems to have improved my connection, but it hasn't made it perfect, so just let me know if I sound alright. Hopefully it remains stable.
We'll tell you if you become R2D2, yeah, no worries.
Preferably not.
Yep.
But we will see a force back in response, so how far do things go here? Will we see Zero Tenacity? Can they win their force buy as well? Do Eyeballers just win some consecutive rounds here and build up some momentum? Like I said, haven't seen them with much momentum, bar that little streak in the first half where they won, what, 3 or 4 rounds in a row, and then they completely disappeared in that second half. So we're yet to really see them pitch up at all in the series so far, and if they lose this map, then their run is over.
Yeah. I do remember 2 of those 3 rounds you're talking about. I think the 3rd did get broken up by another round picked up by Zero Tenacity. Either way, they were able to find a couple of rounds back to back. Now though, that's a good start. I was waiting to see what Poi would be doing as he managed to find the head of Yofo. Monster trades down on middle, still makes this one a 4v4. but give me some kills, boy. Give me that highlight reel that we want out of you. Golden picks up the AK from the ground as well, spotted it finally. And now because of that, Eyeballers, full rifles on deck. They're ready to move. They're ready to shoot the site. It looks like B is going to be attempted, but not for long as Nemanja has the help of Sinke on a flash and a really nice peek through a smoke to find Heap off on the timing. Eyeballers move on over to the safe site, and it is going to be the hold of Brute Monster to be witnessed out here as they're moving in through short. Boy gets spotted, taken on down. The 5-stone onto the side, looks in for a headshot, doesn't find anything just yet, and looks away again. AVN is good for the first, leaves us down into 1v2. Smoke is blooming out here for sure, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't cover Pepzor, and that is Zero Tenacity bringing it straight back, even though they lost against the Force Spy. And we have officially lost Hayes again, so we're gonna be holding in. Oh, is our boy back? Is Hayes back? I think he is.
Yeah,
oh,
I'm here. Sorry, little hitch, little mini disconnect.
Happens.
Missed actually most of that round, but Zero Tenacity clearly didn't miss what was going on because they were able to win their Force Spy. So back and forth we go.
Indeed we do.
Eyeballers are gonna hope that the pattern continues.
So in that last round, Zero Tenacity do manage to make the 2v something work out, and now the Force Spy doesn't go through for Eyeballers. They're gonna try again, seeing as they are onto this T side, and it's only a 2. I think it's a 1.9k loss bonus. They can't really double save, especially not onto that T side. So they go in for it. 1-for-1 trade down on long, and now they're pushing in aggressively. Looking in for the library player. It's going to be AVN again, and that is a big kill onto Nemanja. He just swings on out, and he finds it. AVN tries the same thing through the smoke on library, but it doesn't mean much right now, as the player down on the side is going to fall as well. Eyeballers immediately open up, and here's the back and forth I was expecting. Eyeballers are actually starting to put up the rounds, and they are fighting back, even on these Force Spies.
Well, that is exactly what they would have been hoping to do, and they've made it work. Just grouped up, forcing the fights together. You can see the bodies littering the floor, and Eyeballers will be able to level it up once again. If this is a little taste of what we're going to be in store for here on Inferno, then we're going to have a feast. Looks like two teams evenly matched, locking horns here, just exchanging blows. Why would you rather be watching IEM Cologne quarterfinals between FaZe and Saw when you've got Zero Tenacity and Eyeballers here in the CCT round of 16 playoff that row?
Exactly. You know, sometimes you gotta go for, you know, quality over quantity. Ugh. God. That is so bad. But either way, round number 5. And I think Zero Tenacity are going to be looking forward to try to catch at least a little bit of a glimpse of that best of 3 as well that's going on. So in their minds, they've just finished Anubis as quickly as humanly possible. Now they're looking to try to have that same momentum out here into the CT side of Inferno as well. But they still have to be temperate, right? They still have to play their own game. They still have to listen to Nemanja call. And that's going to take a little bit of time, you know? They can't just do it like that. They can't just snap their fingers and make the whole of Eyeballers just concede their game. So, until we get to see what's going to happen later down the line, for now, JW runs away. Anticipated the flash would be coming through. So that was a very nice movement display there from JW. All his years of experience shining through brightly. But you have Heap and Golden out here onto the B-bomb site trying to search out for Simk. As it's a 4-man stack from Zero Tenacity checking out for the A site. They don't have bracket control. So Zero Tenacity, even though they have a lot of bodies out here in towards the A site, they're not really getting too much done. You have the Archway player just holding it out. You have AVN as well, holding long with an MP9. Don't think he's gonna find any of these frags, especially not on Boy. And now they're just backing away, heading on over to the B-bomb side. 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's where they're gonna finish the round. It's actually only Simke is here right now. Zero Tenacity have decided to go for the gamble. They've stacked themselves up in mid. Unfortunately, it's not the correct call. Simke was get run over by Golden. That should be the call to save the guns now. no need to give anything away here. You need everything you've got to try and make something happen in that next round. And Eyeballers, the first team to string consecutive rounds together here on Inferno. Stock standard, simple approach, just a little bit of pressure middle, so that certainly did keep Zero Tenacity interested. You know, they had the stack on that side of the map. They remained committed because of the util they here. Eyeballers have been able to get banana control in the process, though. And so it always gave them the option to go back into that bomb site. They find Simca, easy kill on him. And that's going to be 3-2.
And also one of the first few times where we get to see Eyeballers actually win out in the best of 3, the Force Buy Wars, right? They went in twice for the Force Buy, this time it worked out, and now they're able to capitalize off the next round as well. So that's great for their side. They put up the advantage, they put in the numbers, and now they're just going to be fighting MP9s and a couple of 5-7s into the next round. So it all works fine. At the end of the day, they should be able to pick up the 4th here on the board. But I'm saying should, because you never know what's going to happen in these sort of rounds. Also, something that I'm looking forward to and that I'm excited to see is actually happening is Golden doesn't look as much of it doesn't look to have that big of a struggle anymore individually as he used to. Like, he's actually pulling through with impact with every single kill he finds. It's still not like Nemanja levels in general, but it's still good. It's still much better.
From it. Like complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Golden's just one of those IGLs you're not going to get a lot of frags out of, but he's going to bring a huge amount in terms of the structure in the team, the calls, obviously the leadership. So that's why you need the players around him to all step up, and they all have the capabilities, right? You look at the trio of JW, Poi, and Heap in particular, and you've got a strong trio there. I'd like more out of Pepsol. He's the one player I would look at and say, yeah, need a bit more firepower out of you, mate. Either way, he's gonna, I think so.
Let's see this though. First up, it's gonna be the MP9 trying to join up on the side. Heap just made his way into the smoke, just very casually, and now has at least 1 kill. Looking down to the side, he doesn't know about the second, but apparently he still spammed it and connected onto Simkai, so that's definitely something. And this round is just gonna go and fall by the wayside out here for Zero Tenacity. But falling back to that, I think Pepsor has actually been doing a pretty good job as of lately, especially in the past month. I feel like he's definitely pulled through big time, just like Golden. Like, their ratings individually have been going up and up on a nice trajectory. I feel like I want to see more out of Poi.
Problem is, Poi is a 17-year-old. Like, he's just joined the team. It's the big step up to this level. In the last month, Pepsol's rating is 0.95. Like, that is just not enough for a player like him at this level. You know, the teams they've been playing against are Space, Ecstatic, DMS, Space again, Illuminat, Project G. Like, these are teams that someone like Pepsol should be fragging quite strongly against. And so for me, like, you can't put that pressure on Poi. You know, 17 years old, he's just joined this team. He's kind of just acquainting himself with the level, and I think it would be unfair to put it at his doorstep.
I'm not putting it all on him, but it's also the fact that these days 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds have such a high ceiling to reach to, right? When you have the Donks of the world and you have the Monacies coming through, it's the new generation, and you're always expecting so much out of young firepower, right? And when they're not always being, like, every single game just shooting absolutely everyone down, it's just like, okay, well, they got the idea behind this change for Poi was to get more firepower in, and he's not as consistent as we wanted him to be, forgetting that he's still a 17-year-old in his first ever, like, actual pro team who still needs to learn.
Thing is, like, we only hear about the 17-year-olds that are right at the top, right? There's so many other 17-year-olds who are still just trying to find their way in FPL, and it's the fact that Poi, you can't hold him to the level that people like Donk, Monacy have set. You know, Sejot's also 17, and you know, he in his own regard is a very good player, but if you compare him to those top levels, then you're just never going to get enough. You'll never meet that expectation.
Of course, you also have the Arfrosts of the world. You have the Zontix, who's still 19, by the way. Like, there's still a couple of examples we can get to give, but yes, I do get it. It's a lot of pressure down for just a 17-year-old who's still finding his way into the game. He's got a lot of time to do it. But without further ado, we're jumping into another 8-sided hit out here for Eyeballers as they are running it down there. Oh my goodness. Brute Monster, AVN trying to deny. Brute Monster still on the side. 9 HP only, and he is gonna fall. As it's a very quick round, very explosive coming out of Eyeballers. Zero Tenacity barely even had the time to react, and now they just managed to win out the round. Damn.
Yeah, nice change up of pace coming through there from Eyeballers, just grouped up short, pouncing onto that A-bomb side at a moment's notice. Good utility usage. A player coming out of apartments, able to path his way through successfully as well. Just overwhelm the defense. Good firepower. Poi leads the charge, goes down first, but he gets traded straight up out, and his team wins the round. So that will be a good gun round going Eyeballers' way, because now they've broken that economy once again, and they can continue this run.
Oh yeah. And if you were interested, Hayes, also that Saw versus Face game is also being played on first map on Inferno, so have a little bit of a parallel.
Yeah, you could use that as your like little starter for the main course that we have here.
Exactly,
At the
exactly.
same time. Each your starters and your main course at the same time. 2 screens. Imagine not having 2 monitors in today's day and age. Surely we've all gotten to that point now, right?
I will not make a case for Eastern Europe, but perhaps we're getting there. Everyone should be. Okay. So, eco round coming through out here for Zero Tenacity. They're able to get anything done this round, amazing. They're not, that's still fine. 6-2. Eyeballers. How do we feel here, Hayes, about Inferno, right? Because every single map besides Nuke, I feel like we can agree is somewhat T-sided. Not a lot, not extremely, but it's somewhat T-sided just because of how the meta is for CS2 right these days, right? So, how many rounds do you feel like are going to be safe territory, quote-unquote, for Zero Tenacity to have a decent half?
I mean, decent would be like 6.
Really?
5 is yeah, I'd say 6 is decent for them right now. I mean, are you relatively speaking or in general?
No, relatively right now for Zero Tenacity, how many rounds do you think they would enjoy having out here onto the city side?
Well, I'd say 5. I'd say 5 from here is something they'd be content with. I think anything less than 5, and they've borderline lost this game in the first half. They'll certainly struggle to recover from there, because Eyeballers have got a strong CT side here on Inferno. So, yeah, I think they definitely need to find some sort of momentum here towards the end of the first half. Sounds like you think it's probably less than that, but what are you thinking?
Well, I know that for Zero Tenacity, their T side is much better than their CT side here on Inferno. So, I think, yes, 5 is definitely necessary, but I think they could also live with 4. In the worst case scenario, if they want to make a comeback happen and they still want to win this map in a good fashion, I think they can make the comeback from 8-4. Anything less than 5 though, yes, it's going to be a really big struggle, and if they don't manage to even put up that 4th on the board, then I'm going to be, well, again, looking forward to that 3rd map decider, aren't I?
Exactly as I expected. I got sent the script this morning, you see. That's why my predictions have been perfect.
I never get sent the script, man. I always have to ask other people.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. See, you had to be a part of the Season 1 group to get the script.
I was.
The stripes, man.
That's crazy.
No, but you weren't a contracted caster.
Oh, damn.
You
Okay.
see,
That's
yeah.
how it
So
works.
next Season 3, you'll start to get your scripts, mate. You gotta
Okay.
earn the right.
Well, until we get there, we still have a lot more CS to play, and we have to see how ABN tries to get out of this conundrum, and he doesn't. Okay, Smoke a little bit late. Blooms into the Incendiary, but he goes down to the graveyard. So it's Zeofloy and Brute Monster to basically save this round as well, and Eyeballers put up 7 on the board.
Yeah, they're just looking so good right now. Good variation as well this time around, making their way up. Banana just winning the gunfight out, keeping it simple. There were 3 players there for the CT side, but Eyeballers have no problem in getting the kills. I mean, Golden's 9-3. If Golden is 9-3, you know life is going very well for you. And they're even hunting. And why wouldn't they be? They've got so much money. They've got all the money right now. They could solve a lot of problems in the world with all this money. But, I wonder if they can actually find any exit kills yet. That's what they're looking for right now, but they're getting shut down. A little bit of punishment.
There we go, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, stuck at the tail of the line and you're gonna get beat a bit, but Eyeballers here do not have to worry about anything. Lots of cash into this round, 16k literally for Heap, so it's all fine in the world right now. 7-5. They pick up another round here. They are perfect out here on their own map pick. And okay, Hayes, Freddy was making statements as to Anubis being very closely, well, relatedly played as Inferno. So like you can make that statement that it's kind of the same sort of playstyle coming onto it. But we're seeing a wildly different take out here by Eyeballers than on Anubis. So, do you think it's the amount of games and the experience being played on by Zero Tenacity on Anubis to make this big of a difference in the scoreline? Or did Golden just completely turn on out here on Inferno and manage to completely call differently than before? Or what's going on here? Why is this so different than the first map? So much more different.
Well, first of all, they've started on the T side here, whereas they went into the T half in the second half of that map. They're already down 8-4. They lose the pistol first gun round. It's like, you're just so far behind at that point. Remember, they had the Force Wars. You have to start with this one. So if this was the second half and they're already behind, then they wouldn't even have had the runway to show us what they're capable of like Anubis. So I just think it's about having the time to get into the half, go through the motions and the processes, and get into their groove. You know, just things start working out for them. They've been looking better individually, but you can just see how comfortable they are on the T side of this map. So I think it's a combination of Zero Tenacity being very good on Anubis and very tough to play against, and also just Eyeballers being a lot more comfortable here on Inferno and getting into their swing of things, just having more time on the T side and able to, like I said, groove and condition their opponents a little bit. You can see they've had multiple different variations into how they've approached rounds on the T side. They're even going hunting for the save players right now, and they'll get all the kills. They don't lose anybody in the process. This team is just brimming with confidence.
Oh yeah, and they should, right? It's 8-2, just go for it. The amount of cash you have in the bank, you're allowed to do literally anything you'd want right now. And yeah, I mean, at this point in time, I'm not seeing a world in which Eyeballers can really drop it here right now, because it's going to be that T side for Zero Tenacity, sure, but we were mentioning how Eyeballers City side is also pretty damn good here on Inferno. So even if they have only a 29% win rate on this map, they picked it for a reason, especially up against Z10. So that's why we're not here on Mirage now, and instead we are in Italy to show what they can do, and Brute Monster loses out his AWP for the second time in a row.
That is a brutal opening kill coming through from JW. Just walks his way up middle into the angle. Orp misses the shot. JW punishes. I'm lagging horrifically once again. Hopefully something that will resolve itself.
You sound fine. You sound fine for now. A couple of clips here and there. A couple of tears, but not too bad. AVN taking a little bit of a dogfight there towards apartment, towards balcony. In with, I think that's Pepzor on the minimap. Can't really see too well. He manages to find the trade. The spray's still there. He looks for the second through the smoke as well. Doesn't fully connect onto SimK. Leaves him alive on 22 HP. And JW is still doing his own thing down towards the A side. They're just taking fights at this point. They're just trying to literally outgun them. And Pepzor even finds that frag onto Yofo too. That is, wow. Okay, another round over. Another one done. And Zero Tenacity are biting the dust right now.
Yeah, it's looking really good. Again, another good change up in direction just in terms of how they're getting themselves into the bomb site. Very good coordination as they work in towards A as well. Player coming out of apartments, just that ultimate release of pressure as he emerges to join up with the team and clear out A. Only SimK left. 9-2 the imminent scoreline. I said 5 for Zero Tenacity was what they needed. You said 4. Both now out of contention. Best they could rack up is 3, and even then, I mean, there's just so much more that has to go their way in that second half. Dust 2 looking increasingly likely at this point. I think we should get Freddy to solo cast Dust 2 if we do go the distance.
Okay, fair. That's his job now.
What do you think?
We're gonna have a double analyst desk with me and you, and he just has to do it.
Alright, well the votes are in. It's 2 out of 3 saying yes. This is a democracy as far as I know, and majority rules. So,
yeah. With
that in mind, I hope Freddy's warming up his vocal cords. Hasn't had much to say today.
We are hearing him out in the call.
He sounds quite excited to do it, as far as I can tell.
Let's go. Okay.
Alright.
Well, let's see our last round of the first half here, Hayes. 9-2. Could possibly turn into double digits as well, and from that point onwards, it's really just a matter of you win the pistol, great, you win the map. You don't, you're gonna prolong it for a little bit, but you still can fully win out the map. So let's see it.
Seen some crazy comebacks today, haven't we?
Oh, yes, we have.
10-2 halftime scoreline from Sinners against 3D Max on Nuke earlier today. They managed to come back to 3D Max. They won that map 13-11, near flawless CT side, and then they were on the receiving end of a ridiculous comeback on that third and final map. 3D Max were leading 12-5 CT side of Ancients, and they then lost that map out in overtime.
Yep. So, we're pretty used to the comebacks. Now, I have this sneaking feeling that we're not going to get to see that here on Inferno. But, it's still possible. I just don't believe in it. As Eyeballers take themselves up to mid, I hope Golden picks up that bomb. They should be making their way onwards to this site. And with the way they've been shooting, right, I don't even think it's an issue here for Eyeballers to be running into the more man site, the better stacked one. Pepzor's 11-3, Heap 10-4, Golden's doing the same, JW just the same. Everyone is heading off on all cylinders. Poise there as well. But, you know. Yofo. Out here into short. Doesn't spot anyone just yet. So Eyeballers, think about it twice. Don't go back to the A side anymore. Bomb finally picked up, and they're going to be making their way across towards B. As the nades are coming through, there should be a smoke down onto CT as well. Simke's down to 21. So the moment he peeks out, he's surely dead. Heap gets spotted out as well. Dink on over towards Nemanja, and JW just having a fun old time towards the A site. 10 seconds left. Can they get onto the bomb site? I think they should be able to. AVN, if he denies this bomb plant, he wins out the round. Pepzor spotted, taken on down, and that is Golden getting onto the site. Does he have the time to plant? I think he might just do. He doesn't.
No. Oh, AVN's done it.
He has.
AVN, because the second player, he just delayed his swing by half a second. And that means he wasn't actually able to get onto the site. And he also decided to try and plant deep. I guess he was concerned that there might be a CT wrapping around middle. But look where Golden tries to plant it. If he just plants a default, the plant comes through in time. So that was a big mistake there.
Yep. Not a mistake that is going to cost him the game, but definitely a big mistake nonetheless. As now it's 9-3 instead of 10-2. Either way, we've seen all the halves here today, basically, haven't we, Hayes? Besides an even 6-6, we've seen 7-5, 8-4, now 9-3, and 10-2. So
Just going through the motions, mate.
We're just racking them up like Pokemon, yeah.
What we do. Racking up these naps as well. We're going to be going to the third, yeah, almost certainly. It's going to be Zero Tenacity to open up the pistol round. Okay, well, great way for them to set things in motion. There's still one player on the bomb side to be dealt with. There's a quick flank being thrown into the mix as well, but Zero Tenacity just winning every single gunfight offered up, and there's only Pepzor left in it.
Yep, there we go. Quick and easy pistol coming through for Zero Tenacity. This aggression nets them a good start to their T side, and now this makes me think a little bit. Not too much yet. It's still 9-4, 5 rounds down for Zero Tenacity. But they win this one, 9-5. First gun round goes their way, and then suddenly from 9-3 you find yourself in 9-6 territory, right? So their T side is pretty damn good out here onto Inferno, almost 60% conversion rate. And for the side of Eyeballers, you have yourself a oh, actually Eyeballers are the ones with a 50% T round conversion out here onto Inferno. So their CT side is actually not the greatest in the past month, in the past 3 months, statistics wise.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are on their favorite side of the map. Oh, excuse me, you're right. Both teams prefer the T side of this map.
Yeah.
So there is still a world in which Zero Tenacity could make this one happen, but it's going to be a very difficult fight back indeed. They've just barely got any breathing room. So should be no trouble here at all winning against the full eco as they head into the vacant side of the map. So this will be 9-5. First gun round after that. It's not like it's going to be a stack gun round. There won't be an AWP, and there might be an MP9 or some light util in the mix if you do go for the A1S. You win that as Z10, 9-6, another anti-eco 9-7. Then we've got a bit of a game on our hands. Of course, there's quite a few things on that list that they have to check off to get to that point, but it's certainly not unfathomable.
100%. We could be seeing it in play right now. Eyeballers are just stacking on over to that B bomb side. They're leaving JW to become the sacrificial goat. And he has gone down. So now the USPs are just going to be going in to try to pick off a couple of these MAC-10s. What they don't know is that there's a scout instead of MAC-10 in play, and the Galil's waiting for them right at the entrance of middle. So, taking away into these long-range fights, one by one peeking on down to their doom. And that's going to be the end of the round, but Heap still finds your fault. Can you find a second here, Heap? Come on. Shoot at the ducks. Finds only one. Either way, Z10 do manage to put up this round on the board, and now comes in the real play. Now comes in the real round here, Hayes. 9-5. If eyeballers win this one, they're back on track to winning ways. If not, Zero Tenacity actually might make a statement towards their comeback.
Yeah, it's an important round, like you say. This gun round has to be won by the T side. It's one of those objectives on the list. Non-negotiable if the comeback is going to be a reality, and it looks like there's an absolute to force their way up banana here. Nemanja with the MAC-10 has been able to find one a second as well, while completely blinded no less. There's a third player for them to try and deal with, and Pepsor will stand tall for a frag. A quick rotation coming through here from JW straight through the smoke. He will clothesline Simcare. And that means it's a 2v2. So even though eyeballers have been chasing the round throughout, they've actually still got an even numbers game. Going to be a boost up here. They're struggling to mantle the boost. They will still be able to kill the planter. And they know, right? They should know Britmonster's top banana. So they've got everything that they need. No kit, but time should be no problem. Britmonster is going to play the smoke fade here. Oh, JW is so ready for this. Britmonster, unfortunately, will just fall. And there we go. Eyeballers win that vital gun round.
It's a nice idea from Britmonster. In 1v2, when you're down half HP and you know the enemy still have a little bit of util to work with, that retake is really tough to try to hold. So he goes into the smoke hoping there's only a single player, kind of just trying to face through the smoke as well. Hopefully to win out the duel and then play CT until the bomb explodes. But that wasn't the case. Eyeballers play together, experience prevails, and now 10-5 is going to be our new scoreline. Do you still think Zero Tenacity can bring it back now?
Oh, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's so much more difficult now with eyeballers getting to 10. I mean, like, to even just try and avoid overtime is going to be very difficult. If there is any will, it's predicated off of them winning this round here. That is an absolute must, because lose this, it's, yeah, certainly game over. So let's see, can Z10 keep themselves in it? They'll be pretty annoyed that they don't win that previous round after the way they opened things up in Banana.
See it. Ooh, Nemanja, that's a nice little opener. He's lurching in for these kills, and he's found the first one onto Poi. He spotted out Golden as well. He's fallen down to 28 HP by the grenade. Simk took a lot of damage off as well. Don't know as to what courtesy, but Heap on the timing, doesn't get spotted by the double peek into apartments. So now, across all of this map, B's completely empty. Golden just trying to move around, waiting for a call to happen. AVN takes big damage from Boiler Room as well by the nade. And Zero Tenacity, hit but not killed, will be attempting to make their way through to the B-bomb side once more. Let's see it happen. Simk picks up the A1S from the ground. Golden's called out the smoke. You can see it on the webcam. He's calling some more out. JW in for the rotation, but it's going to be late. Zero Tenacity already into the site. And Eyeballers just going to be going back to the save. So this is 10-6. They do win that must-win round here, Hayes. And now we get to have these talks again. Gotta come back.
Well, it is the start, but there's still so much work that has to be done, and 3 players will stay alive here for Eyeballers. Golden's got some spare change in the bank. They'll have a little bit of round loss bonus behind them as well, so I reckon we'll see an investment in the next year at Eyeballers. They've got plenty of breathing room. Certainly will be getting conditioned in towards Banana. Zero Tenacity have fought for Banana control in each of these rounds. They've had an investment so far. Will Eyeballers keep up with the contest?
Terrorists win.
Let's see it. Okay. 10-6. Okay, so into this round we go. We're gonna be seeing where it takes them. JW now not having two other players out here onto the A side. Oh, he still does. Okay, the rotate's still coming through there from Pepzor. So they're holding on to their defaults. 3 players out on the A side, usually 2 long, 1 into apartments, which is gonna be Heat. Gets spotted out by DWP, but he didn't see him first. So he peeks back in, and Brute Monster finds the opener here. Zero Tenacity. Onto this one, will be happy to find the opening frag. And now, they just need to hold on to this advantage. Good nade damage down to the MP9 as well, pushed up into logs. Eyeballers trying to gain up any space they can. Forced out Golden to already rotate. Nothing on long though. Short's been sounding pretty clear. Got 3 players out here onto the A side. How long will Zero Tenacity have to wait out here into middle to bait out Eyeballers into rotating back to the B-bomb side?
Oh. They
Boy
don't
dead.
take. Boy is
Yeah.
a dead man. Yeah, nade will come through and finish off the job. That means the B-bomb site's completely opened up here. And Zero Tenacity are not going to waste any time as they head in that direction. Golden has pivoted back and he's gotten here in time. Incendiary deployed. He swings off the back of it though, but he's only got a measly MP9. Sumke's going to win that gunfight every single day of the week. JW's the next man up to the plate. We've seen him get a miraculous spray through the smoke already. Are they actually going to go for this in the 2 versus 4? I mean, they've got nothing to work with in the next round if they lose both of these players. And, well, Chofor's even closing in the door on them right now. So, makes sense. You just roll the dice, have a crack at it. JW's rooted in position. He's got a kit and a flash. So, I think he's going to go for some JW shenanigans here. And you know what? With Pepzor running back like that and saving, it might sell the fake a little bit.
Oh yeah. Wait a moment. Still got a player into the side. They're not going to be taking too many chances on this. AVN spots out JW, and it's a flawless round coming through from Zero Tenacity. So, not done just yet. Comeback still a possibility here. And with that buy coming through from Eyeballers as well, it's going to be an eco. The C's aren't looking that blue anymore here for Eyeballers. And are our eyes gonna be treated to yet another comeback here, Hayes?
Well, I mean, it's on the cards. It certainly is. Zero Tenacity are doing everything they possibly can to make that a reality. It would be such a disaster for Eyeballers if the game did fall apart in the second half like this. 10-8, they're going to have a gun round after this, and that's where Eyeballers need to just lay things down once again and show Zero Tenacity that Inferno is a closed shop. Remember, though, the one round that Eyeballers have won in this half was after Nemanja gets that double kill with the Mac 10 topping on, and they trade the third player out. It's a 3v2 at that point, and JW sprays down 1 through the smoke, 2v2. Then they boost up and they kill the planter, and then, Brute Monster stands in the smoke. So the point I'm making is it's not like Eyeballers had to do much in that round to win it. It's that, they actually had some lucky recovery, spray through smokes kind of thing working their way, and then catching players off after boosting through smokes. It's not like it's a sustainable or reliable way to win rounds here on the CT side. That's my one little concern for Eyeballers.
Well, they'll just have to take it round by round and see how they can adapt. Again, that was one of the points I was hoping we'd get to see be different out here onto this Inferno. See Golden really try to adapt to the way that Zero Tenacity are attempting to play this T side. And for now, he's going to be having a bit more of a wide area to observe, as now he's dead and gets to watch his teammates. 10-8, 20 seconds. They just need to get that bomb down and they got the round. But we remember Eyeballers fumbling the bag with this on the bomb plant. 10 seconds as well. Eyeballers, they're gonna try to actually deny this. Brute Monster goes in for default, gets the bomb planted, so the round should be done here. But then comes the next one.
They realize that the stack's over towards the B-bomb site. Yopo just comes out of apartments and clears out the A-bomb site, calls for his teammates to rotate back in that direction, and Zero Tenacity will draw within 2. As you say, this is the round where Eyeballers have to make it work, and there's not going to be an AWP on JW, which actually really sucks. I mean, in a gun round where you've got the max round loss bonus behind you, you've lost most of the rounds in the half, you're 6 rounds deep into the half as well, you would expect to get the AWP at this point, so that's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah. Boy, right now, how many kills did he have in the first map? I'm pretty sure he struggled there as well. Either way, eyeballers, they need to make it work somehow. Yeah, Poi had 30 and 15 in the first map. And now he's 3 and 12. So it's a struggle here for the day at the very least. We can definitely say that. Whereas AVN keeps it going. He's 10 and 12 right now, sure, but in the first map he was 16 and 6 here, Hayes.
He's looked good. Emmanuel also pitched up in a big way going Inferno so far. Let's see if they can keep it going. Does the gravy train stay in business? Look at this from eyeballers, mate. This is so aggressive, just forcing the issue straight down banana. I mean, everybody's still alive and they've been able to gain the control, but at what cost? Like, Poi's already been naded down in logs, and he's like, I can't stay here because they're probably just going to nade me again. So, all this control they've jostled for, all this control they've used all their utility for, actually could just be for North. Look at this from Zero Tenacity. They're now making a move towards Archers. Peps will actually catch a shot for, and there's a very low HP player to follow up. That's AVN. Don't know how much damage, or how they received so much damage in mid. That must have been some neutral being thrown from the CTs there. Golden's Incendiary is going to go, I thought, way too deep. Surprised that the T's haven't tried to get ahead of that a little bit here. Pepsil's going to walk straight down mid. Why are there so many moves being made by the CTs right now?
They're getting scared. I don't know, they feel like they have to do something, and because of that, AVN just completely demolishes the entire A site that eyeballers were trying to mount up here. Zero Tenacity can fully just go back towards A right now. They must realize they've already taken down 2 players that were trying to push on ahead. Who else is actually staying out there? They don't want to make noise, sure, but they have the execute prepared, it looks like. Not a lot of utility, though. A single Molotov, a nade, and a flash coming through from the B-bomb site out here. And that nade is actually on AVN, so not even that. It's fully
AVN
clear.
has to clear this out. Look, there we go. He's realizing, guys, there's nothing over towards that A-bomb site. And now the players in Banana, or rather top Banana and B-bomb site for eyeballers are going to realize, oh man, they're rotating away. I mean, they just go for the gamble stack because of how low Poi and Golden are. They roll the dice, keep the numbers on one bomb site together, hope Z10 head in that direction, and they were gonna. But because Z10 have that extra man in the surplus, and AVN is still mid, it's so wise that they use them to just feel out that A bomb site. I reckon most teams just expect the kills AVN got there to force rotations out of the CT side, and that's why Zero Tenacity just wanted to go B. But eyeballers, that's the read they had. So they remain committed with their players on that B bomb site. AVN clears out A. And that is the big play in the round, off the back of his double as well. Just complete over-aggression from eyeballers. That also has to be said, right? They've just thrown that round away in its entirety. A 5 versus 4, they've got that opening pick, and then they just give it up by getting way too aggressive, and wasn't really much need for it. It's not like Zero Tenacity were getting control of B or anything like that, so just get completely ahead of themselves.
Yeah, and the over-aggression is going to cost them a lot as well. It's now 10-9. Zero Tenacity are 1 round away from equaling things out from a 9-3 split. Was it, right? So, a single round onto CT side Inferno out here for eyeballers, which is definitely not a good outlook for what's about to come as well and towards the end game. We've got 5 rounds remaining of this first half, of this last map possibly, of this Inferno. And if eyeballers don't want to let it be the last map, then they need to take 3 in a row here and now. They're taking their sweet time. Right now, there's no need to be over-aggressed on. Zero Tenacity realize the position that they're in, are just trying to play their default, search in for an opening frag, see where they want to go. Exploring their options, as one would say. And now Golden is pushing in front of the smokes, down towards Banana. Being helped out by Poi, but at this point in time, Zero Tenacity are not at all looking towards that B bomb site. Molotov thrown out, so it actually baits the defending players on B to take a step back, and now because of that, 2 players have been spotted down in apartments. Heap doesn't throw out the nade just yet as he got dinged through the wall. And still the majority of Zero Tenacity are out here in towards A, ready to waterfall. Let's see how they'll do it. Here comes the flash, here comes the execute. It's going to be Brew Monster peeking into JW, connecting onto him as well. Heap is going to fall down by the second entry. And excuse me, now, with 20 seconds remaining, Zero Tenacity are just managing to find these rounds easily. They find the opening pick, they find in the second into the shot, into the site, and it's over. Just like that.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what went through Pepsil's mind there. Eyeballers thought it was a fake on the A bomb side as far as I can tell, because they start pivoting their players across to B there, or Pepsil rotates off right, and so you've only got the two-man setup on the A bomb side, one watching middle, and one trying to control balcony, and whoever's coming out of apartments. Such a good round coming through from Britmonster. He throws the support utility from mid initially, and then he just gets that instant kill on the player towards short there, right? And then it's just impossible for Heap. Simke will even deny Poi saving his gun. Like I said, it's just too much for Heap at that point. Left alone on the bomb site, gets completely overwhelmed, and Zero Tenacity have leveled up the scoreline. Oh man, I mean, I think we'll definitely see an investment. Pepsil can drop for Heap, everyone else can buy up their own guns, but Zero Tenacity have fought their way back. They're now in contention for that 2-0.
Oh yes, they are. They brought it back immensely. 9-3 that half was. And now, JW on the op again. Pebzor on the A1S. Last tackle timeout used up here by the Swedes. And Zero Tenacity are in the exact same boat Eyeballers were, by the way, in the first half. They've got so much cash, they have nothing to worry about, literally. They're onto that T side, and they're just looking to try to find these rounds. They're taking it round by round, and this is how they've been managing to find their comeback, right? They're just taking these advantages and working with them. I think out of these 6-7 rounds that they've managed to string in together back to back, at least 4 or 5 of them have been 3-man saves coming through from Eyeballers, or 2-man saves, just because of the nature of Inferno, but also because of how dominant Zero Tenacity are once they find that opening frag.
Can they keep it up though? Now that they've been able to get to a level scoreline, do they get a little bit shy? Sometimes that can happen. You just take your foot off the gas ever so slightly, because all of a sudden it's like, yeah, game's back on. Either way, they continue to inflict damage in the early stages of this round, of these rounds. Even if they aren't getting kills, they're tagging up these CT players, makes it a lot easier for them once the exec comes through. Eyeballers have actually rotated heavily in towards A now. They've gone for the gamble stack. JW finally has his AWP, and he's just posted on the line down banana. There are going to be some T's heading back in that direction. Do they flash it back? Oh, JW's missed. So now he'll drop that deep smoke. He'll be forced backwards, and Zero Tenacity should know. If there's an AWP top banana, he's there by himself. Almost always, the CTs will just leave the AWP there and rotate the extra player across. Then what happens if you force the AWP back? Normally the extra CT will go back towards B. So I wonder if Golden does rotate away, or if he's going to just remain committed to this A bomb side right now. It's Nemanja who's applying the pressure. He's keeping them focused on that side of the map. It's still just JW who's here B right now, and he's got no crowd control util. He doesn't have any smokes or any molly, so he's just going to have to take these fights.
He has to. There is a smoke down on Simke, but he decides not to use it right now. At the very least, there he tosses it down. And now in from CT, there is going to be a spam, so they know there's at least 2 players coming down from there. But now they know the whole army is going to be here. 5 seconds, the bomb gets planted. Even before JW decides to delete them all, he finds a double, but is a double enough right now? 3v4 coming through to this one. Poi is going to be joined up by his teammates down on Church, down on Coffin, and they're all playing into top banana right now. They're trying to play the retake. And it's going to be really tough out here for Eyeballers to actually be able to do this without a smoke. They have to go in for the default peaks, and it is going to be Brewmonster finding one. Yofa has a great position here. They never expect the second player to be here, but now they do. And they win out the round here, Hayes. 11 finally on the board for Eyeballers. And the Swedes do not let Z10 manage to find themselves with the advantage.
Surprisingly, considering the way that round looks, you know, just before the exec gains traction, just JW alone there, flashed off the angle. Zero Tenacity get full side control, but they aren't able to lock it down in the post plant, largely because of JW. A vital double kill there from him to set things in motion. Takes down Avian first, then takes down the player who tries to trade. That gives his team the round, and Eyeballers will regain the lead.
And for a nice little tad bit of information, by the way, we started out this game before the IM Cologne game started and saw just beat face on Inferno.
God damn. Well, there we go.
That is Wild Boy.
Map pick as well.
There we go. That is going to be golden and Poi finally doubling up. AVN decides to delete them both. However, JW is down to 4 HP, and this is a great opener for Z10. They brought it straight on back. I thought it was Eyeballers finally managing to get that man advantage, to keep it going, to deny the entry zone over to this B-bomb site, but it still seems to be such a big issue for Eyeballers to be able to hold on to that top banana control.
Just slowed things down though, have Zero Tenacity, and Pepsol's just been on a bit of a mission back and forth between both bomb sites. He's finally settled on A, and JW's got a very passive setup here deep in CT as well, so single smoke grenade completely isolates the bomb site. I wonder if Eyeballers try and play for control in middle to get information, or if they'll just remain committed with the two-man setup on the bomb site. They're so deep, and JW is even leaning in towards that side of the map. You get the Usul coming through, and Eyeballers have already made their bed, and they're going to have to sleep in it now as well. Went for the gamble stack. JW is just hoping for the lottery shot through the smoke that could maybe get in for the retake. Surely they don't attempt this, right? I mean, the bomb plant's actually taken quite long to come through, so they'll be a bit further forward on these rotations in towards B, and it looks like they are going to just kind of hang around right now.
I think they're attempting it. It's 11 to 10 at this point in time. Just take the shot. Even if you don't have any money coming into the next round, you want to at least try to secure 12. OT is so important in this. And they still have a little bit of util to use up. A diffuse kit down on both Pepzor and JW as Pepzor makes his way on through from Church. It is going to be Yofo not being able to spot. And one from CT gets taken on down. And that is Brewmaster left in a 1v1 right now. The smoke is still there. And he's going in for the defuse. Brewmaster still takes him down. And I respect the attempt here, Eyeballers. But it goes unseen as Zero Tenacity bring it back 11 to 11. And now you don't have a bye.
Yeah, and you would have had a bye if those three players had stayed alive and you could drop some guns. So that is just really rough. I do appreciate the confidence there on the retake attempt as well, because we barely see these retake attempts on Inferno. So
yeah,
at least we get the entertainment value out of it there from Eyeballers. Unfortunately, I mean, they came close as well, to be fair. I was surprised Brook Monster gets that kill as cleanly as he does there with that burst through the smoke. I'm sure he was very relieved as well once he saw the round end, and that will be the scoreline leveled up. And it means that, well, I was going to say, I thought Eyeballers were going to play for OT, but they're going to spend all their money here by the look of things.
Oh, yeah. They're putting all of their eggs, literally, the tiny amount they've got left, into one singular basket, which is going to be round number 23 here. Zero Tenacity, there couldn't have been a better time to try to connect on this map win. They've brought it back from 9 to 3. It's 11 to 11 right now, and Eyeballers have struggled to even put up 2 onto the CT side. So now, Hayes, do you think they can do it with max 7? I think that's going to be quite the more explosive side, actually, of the map, where JW is going.
Sure. I mean, it's going to be very tough. I think Apartments and Halfwall are pretty much the only two places you can play with the max 7 on this map. It's going to be a stack towards A from Eyeballers. I mean, I guess the whole process is we have to gamble somehow on the force buy. Problem is, even if Zero Tenacity go B and you save these guns, doesn't really change what you have to work with in the next round anyway. It's not like it's like there's many rounds to play, so you can't save and then buy up in the round afterwards. So, gotta win this one here if you're Eyeballers. Saving is of no value to you now.
It's gonna be the coin toss. Do they go A? Do they go B? So far, B has been a really safe hit here for Zero Tenacity. It would not be surprising if they were to go here again, but look at the quick rotate immediately going by out here from Eyeballers. They've got 4 players back onto the B-bomb site. Timing is absolutely everything here for the T side. Do they pick up that bomb and head over straight to A now that they've got to see a single nade, by the way, and probably heard a bit of movement? I think so. Look at them go. It's going to be Poi.
Zero Tenacity have got another perfect read here. They're pushing into the weaker defended bomb site. Eyeballers have got to move on though. That double flank down banana.
No way.
Oh, just as they were executing, Nemanja turns back to shut down Golden. His timing could not have been better. He's going to go hunting for Pepzor as well. No, he decides against it.
10 seconds.
Instead,
yeah,
he will commit A. They have to get in here. Heap is here. He can deny if he can just stop the bomb planter. Zero Tenacity need the frags. They found them at least in the interim. Poi is in pit. He will get a kill. Can't stop the plant. Brutmonster with a chance. 1 versus 2, at least able to get out of the corner with the Zorb. Holds down the line, waits for Pepsor, hopes that he peeks, but he has not. He will eventually. Brutmonster could put a nail in the coffin, and he does.
Impossible. Brute Monster. Yeah, he gets a pat on the back from that one from the coach. Of course you do. 1v2. He's stuck in a corner. He still sticks the bomb with 1.5 seconds left on the clock, and he brings out the AWP. I didn't check. Hey, did they have a flash there at the end to try to actually find that 2v1 peek? Because they went in together. They tried to peek in together, and he just repositions, finds the first one, and then Poi just walks him down. Oh my goodness.
I just couldn't believe the timing from Nemanja there, turning around, catching them just as they're pushing down Banana. Then he looked like he wanted to push up Banana, decided against it, and now he just holds down mouse button 1, demolishes Golden and Poi. It's a 5 versus 3. This is for map and series point right now. Zero Tenacity on the brink of completing the comeback. They're going to go back to spawn to collect a little bit of extra utility. And it's all on JW, Heap, and Pepsol to try and force OT. My god, Z10 just had a perfect T side. Their reads could not have been better.
I can't believe my eyes. I truly cannot. There's not even a single doubt in my head. Nemanja's MVP right now, but the way he's doing it, it's insane. JW, Max 7 in hand. Surely he finds his frag onto Yoko. There it is. Oh, struggles. So that's not going to net him the second chance onto AVN. However, it's good information, and AVN is just doing his own thing right now by taking out everybody into the site. He got into short as well, didn't check for Pepzor, so now Nemanja still checks. I don't get how he does it, but it's Zero Tenacity 13-11. Managing to win out this game, and we have seen it again here, Hayes. 2-0 on the best of 3, and Z10 take it after a 9-3 split in favor of Eyeballers. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is quite incredible. I mean, it's been a multitude of comebacks today, and keeping up with that theme, let's get Freddy back in here as well. So come back, Freddy. There we go. I had to just force that one.
Save us, Freddy.
It was in there somewhere.
Well, boys, I mean, great vision, great awareness from the Zero Tenacity players. Like, they always have the right ideas, and they know exactly what's going on. Never, ever was it in trouble, Inferno. I did sit there at one stage and I was like, no way is Hayes right. Like, no way. Like, that's the worst thing. I don't care if we get overtimes or 3 maps. The worst thing is if Hayes was actually going to be correct on being yes, reverse sweep. But no, I called the 2-0.
Honestly.
You would have been so annoying. Rightfully so, to be fair, though. You would have, you know, kind of respected.
Would have been a hell of a call.
It would have been a hell of a call. But guys, snooze you lose. I honestly, I was so impressed with the Eyeballers T side as well. Like, they actually played such good CS. And it just went so wrong, so fast. And that penultimate round, that clutch, my god, I do not understand how Brute Monster wins that.
Yeah, I mean, objectively speaking, the reads were just out of this world from Zero Tenacity on that T side. You know, perfect rotations, really good fakes and pivots late in the round. Zero Tenacity just couldn't catch a break for the most part. You know, Eyeballers rather just couldn't catch a break. And I love Zero Tenacity use their numerical advantage as well. They'd often just get info before they made any decisions or commitments. You know, very often you see teams just relying on expectations. You know, expecting expectations to be rotations to be made. They actually just got the info right. They took very few risks in terms of their decisions. And I really liked how they just were very active in that regard. You know, if they had that numerical advantage, they'd use that extra player to clear out a bomb site and see exactly what was going on. So I did like that from Zero Tenacity.
Yeah, I think also I was kind of noting a little bit that on Inferno, if it felt kind of for Eyeballers that their rotations weren't great on the CT side as well. So it's like you have Zero Tenacity just playing the fiddle. And this brings a little bit more, like, scoreline wise, it brings a little bit more normality to the day. In action, it was a bit chaotic, but this has been a playoff bracket so far where in the round of 16 we have seen quite the pandemonium. You know, like Endpoint went over Bait. Was a forfeit win, but still. You have, like, you know, Aurora Youngblood taking him off of Gamer Legion. Miles and XT losing the Cyber Choke. I don't think that's like the biggest upset, but I think that still is like an upset. And then obviously Sinners versus 3D Max, you know. That's a nuts result. So I think for Zero Tenacity, this actually just normalizes a little bit
the crazy round of 16 that we have been having.
Yeah, but with that being said, now it's going to be Zero Tenacity versus Gamer Legion up into the quarterfinals, which is definitely going to be a game to witness. We've got 2 games out here remaining for the day, which are also going to be quite exciting here, Freddy, aren't we?
We do. We still do have some more fun. And actually, even though that was a 2-0, because, you know, the previous game was a little bit delayed, or it was a little bit over, so this one was a little bit delayed starting, you actually don't have much of a wait. Up next will be Bet Boom versus DMS. A very exciting game. They've actually got very, very similar logos. I think it's literally the same design.
I think it is, yeah.
Conflict of interest, not in sight. And then Amcal versus Young Ninjas, which is so interesting. I've never heard of Topo before, so that's gonna be really cool to see him. Actually hasn't played many games with them. They haven't been doing very well, to be fair. And then Young Ninjas, which is super exciting. They went 3-0 in the main Swiss. I did not see that one coming. Yeah, boys, missed him. He's carried me in many a pug.
Up the boys, gotta up Mr. Up Spray, our honorary South African. You know how you just always reach so hard to try and claim players as UK? You do it all the time.
Mr.
Right?
lives in England. He lives in London. We claim him.
Oh my god, okay, if we're gonna go that far, then you're just taking it to places we can't go, Fred. I don't even know, man, I'm cooked. But what I will say is I love Muslim. I'm a big fan.
I love Gareth. He's lovely, isn't he?
He's also qualified for Series 9 now, by the way, have Young Ninjas. So they managed to make it through the play-ins, had an impressive win. I think it was Aurora Youngblood that they beat.
That's a big result.
Can't remember, they beat a decent team in the play and decided to qualify as well. So they seem like on the up right now. So it should be a pretty entertaining game, I'd say.
Yes, they did take down Aurora Youngbloods into CCT 9, and now they'll have to do it again out here into CCT 8 as well to get into quarterfinals. For Amcal.
Yeah, well, yeah, different opposition, but we're gonna have some fresh new faces. So it's gonna be CMD, M&J, and Zola, the UK boys doing it justice. So with that in mind, thank you very much, lads. It's been
Let's
very
disappear
enjoyable.
like my hair.
Let's disappear like your hair and your hairline. DMS versus Bet Boom.
It's recoverable.
I'm grand. Like I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
There's a huge maybe. I don't know.
I think Atro's got the best.
I feel like my hair. Both my grandfathers had hair up until they died. So.
My dad actually has a rake of hair. He's like nearing 70, and he's like, bro, I aspire to be like that.
Well, there we go.
But yeah,
chances he's your dad. So
yeah, that is true actually. I'm hoping. You know, a lot of the genetics haven't come to me, such as intelligence and sportiness and looks either as well. Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Hayes. You right on the money right there. With that in mind, the hairline boys, we're peacing out. Bet Boom DMS in probably go live in like 10 minutes. See you guys then.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases. Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of people upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom, instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.